Yo, what's up, everybody? The real Antman here with Etep. Slightly off topic. We are live for the Ubisoft Forward 2020. If you don't know what that is Ubisoft's, I guess, their E3 conference that they never had. It's going to be right now, live in 5 minutes. So, I'm going to go ahead and unmute the video real quick, and just so Pete can let me know if he could hear it, and everyone out there could hear it. Can you hear it, Pete? All right, let me make sure that we're good on Facebook.
Now, this is just a pre-show, right?
Forward 2020. Can you hear it, Pete? All right, let me make sure that we're good on Facebook. So it's not playing it on there either. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and remove this, and I'm gonna re-add it.
Okay. Yeah, this is just a pre-show, guys. So we're not really doing anything. Not doing the live one yet. But
can you hear that, Pete?
No.
And I'm gonna re-add it.
Yeah, this is just a pre-show, guys. So we're not really doing anything. Not doing the live one yet. But
can you hear that, Pete?
No. Hey, what's up, Tabitha? How you doing? So we're just playing around right now. Oh, it's the whole E3 thing. Trying to figure it out, Matt?
I'm trying, dude. Yeah? No?
And now our very final video for this pre-show is another episode of our wow moments comparing the craziest and coolest clips from you, our players.
All right, so we're gonna go solo with this. You got Real Antman here. We also have Etep here. So just let you guys know we will stop talking over the video when they're actually showing something. But just to give you guys, so this is showing some of their older videos. Happy Sunday. All right, so I am gonna go get rid of that text on the screen too, so that way we can get ready for this.
What is this game, man?
I believe it said it was Far Cry 5.
Really?
Brawlhalla.
Rainbow Six. Ooh, nice.
I was gonna interrogate him.
Oh, you can interrogate this guy though.
Oh, okay.
Last stop standing.
So what are you looking forward to, Pete? You got a minute and a half. Let's hear it.
What I'm looking forward to? Well, I'm not sure really.
So there's a line that people want me to yell.
I guess like Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
But I can't usually do it because I'll freak out my neighbours.
I think
but
that's
as you can see,
pretty good game they're
I'm
going
to
to
crash in Ocean Beach.
Did you see the leaks for
so.
Far Cry 6?
Reloading!
I'm not.
Someone
It
told
is
me.
starring Giancarlo Esposito as the bad guy in the game.
Oh, that's a great pick, by the way. Great pick.
Yep.
Yeah, if anybody doesn't know Giancarlo Esposito, he's Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, and also is the villain from Mandalorian.
Dude, that girl is shredding on her feet and her hands.
Yes, she is.
That's ridiculous.
Oh my God, she's doing her feet and her hands.
Yes.
And is there any way you can turn the volume a little bit down for this video? So we can like.
If you also have amazing gameplay segments you captured from our games, spread the joy and submit them on the link displayed on your screen right now.
What's that?
All right, guys, it is time for us to wrap up this pre-show.
Don't forget to stay tuned for our post-show featuring a deep dive into the world of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Thanks a lot for watching this pre-show and enjoy Ubisoft Forward.
Yeah, so we can actually talk over it. Oh, this is it, huh?
Yep.
All right, here we go, guys. Here we go.
This is Ubisoft Forward.
This is Ubisoft Forward.
Explore our worlds.
Meet the devs. See the games.
Join us.
Hi everyone, I'm Neelam Kumar and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft Forward with the talented Yusuf Mageed. Today's show is all about getting up close and in-depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
I'm Yusuf, but there's no time to waste. So let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London and see what the hackers of DedSec are getting into.
The illegal paintings spreading subversive and hostile messaging over the last few weeks across London are not the work of several people as was originally believed, but the work of an individual. The criminal suspected to have links with the terrorist group DedSec.
So here's Watchdog Legion, first look.
Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
First, they came for the foreigners, and I did not speak out, because I was not a foreigner. Then, they came for the protesters, and I did not speak out, because I was not a protester. Then they came for the journalists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a journalist. And then they came for street artists, but I did not speak out, because I am not a street artist. Come for me, and there would be no one left to speak for me.
Right! Oh! Nice! Where are we off to, sir?
I'll show you the way!
Okay, sorry, miss. Jesus! All right, so we're in a total mess now, so let's get the hell out of here.
And there's nothing more debilitating than that. Right. This way, not to be able to do what you're passionate about.
After a long night, London is in chaos. The main arteries through the city are blocked. Hundreds of heavily armed Albion...
Well. Welcome to the Resistance. There's a welcome gift for our new members.
But the disappearance of the criminal...
You could have told me it was a bloody Costume party.
Try it on.
The new key suspect has been identified as David Ford, a 43-year-old London taxi driver. He has no criminal record, but is currently believed to be a terrorist. People have been asked not to approach him. The authorities advise all residents...
I'm Clint Hawking.
Clint has been a longtime creative force here at Ubisoft, and now he's bringing this vision to Watch Dogs Legion.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo that was inspired by Watch Dogs Legion and looks at the game and the universe and the characters through his incredible artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion tells the story of ordinary heroes setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change. You can literally recruit and play anyone who you see in the open world. You profile people that are interesting to you, you help them with their problem, you play their origin mission.
I wonder if CM Punk's gonna be in this one like he was the first.
Sounds like a DedSec problem. Leave it to us.
Tweets about
and
the
that's
black
how you
box.
recruit them into your team, and then they become the heroes of the game and the stars of your story.
And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more underground.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You're done.
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
Our London town. A modern metropolis. Built on history and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
Oh my God.
Listen up. Get all your units to move in and lock down the city.
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nigel Cass, CEO of Albion. He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
Understand this. I will not allow anyone,
What's up, Chris?
not even myself,
I see you in the comments.
to jeopardize this.
He will stop at nothing to permanently control the city.
London will be the first city in the world to be made truly safe.
Nigel's not the only opportunist who's taken a liking to this fair city. Meet Mary Kelly, head of the most powerful crime syndicate in London.
Be sure and spread the word.
She and her goons are using the dark web to sell everything from party pills to people.
This microchip is scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I?
You made me a slave.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers. With the city out on its arse, it now falls on you to build a resistance and take back London.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out.
Any of the brave Londoners you see walking the streets can be recruited into your team. Like him. Her. Or even her. Everyone can become your next secret weapon. In our first mission, we need to get some dirt on Nigel Cass, and that means breaking into Albion headquarters inside the Tower of London. All the hardy souls you see here are people we have recruited from the streets of London. They all have unique abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
Dear God,
Kind of reminds me of Freedom Fighters, which was a fantastic game.
Get to work and let's
never talk about this again.
PS2, GameCube, and Xbox.
Like everyone in DedSec, Arthur can hack pretty much whatever. But as a construction worker, he has a particular set of tools that make him handy. He can even call his own cargo drone.
I hope this co-op, Chris. Gee, that is cool.
perfect for gate crashing, when you're not invited. And who needs a regular old gun when you have a bloody nail gun?
Come in, you side-eyed shitboy.
So I gotta admit, what's cool about this is we're actually seeing gameplay.
Yes. 100% agree.
Jesus Christ, what is that thing?
Perhaps we could approach this mission differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert.
What have we here?
A real tech connoisseur.
Hate spiders, but love this one.
What an adorable creepy crawler.
Here we are. Let's class the place up.
A drone expert does have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aimed, she fired, she hit.
I'm reading incoming drones.
She can also hack enemy drones, turning the tide in her favor. And if you are not into direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the job done. Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging, but it'll get you inside restricted Albion areas.
Don't mind me, just doing recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However, do anything suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
You've been approved for entry.
We're missing the human element here. I can get the Defense Minister on the line right now.
Well, if you feel you must. Criminals running our streets, illegals threatening our families, the police commissioner himself, assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence. Next up, we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Say hello to Mickey. The man lives for his team.
That put another hair on my chest.
And doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He does have a slight drinking problem, though. And he's passed out. We'll come back to him. You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
It's almost crass to call him a hitman.
He's gonna return the mask when he's done with it. That's why he leaves the tag on.
Dude, it is John Wick.
Some might even call him an artist. Here's the bastard responsible. Done and dusted.
Not bad if I do say so, innit?
Not everyone in London is a legendary assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero.
Suplex City, huh?
So get out there, find the best recruits, and build your resistance.
A lot of wrestling moves in standing here.
It's time to take back London.
This game seems very, very non-linear, but I wonder how non-linear it is.
Plunging the player into a living, breathing city, teeming with unique locales and characters,
like, I wonder how
has
they can
always
tie
been
the
a
story
central pillar of the
cohesively
Watch
while
Dogs series.
having all those different characters.
What goes into building those worlds? Here's Amanda Mutt to tell us
They
more.
said anybody.
That's just crazy, but it has to be some sort of like, I mean, what
My
possibilities
name's
are we
Amanda
talking?
Munt. I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs Legion,
at Ubisoft Toronto. Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict. And we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the spaces that we're assigned to. I have the capacity to hide things and, like small little Easter eggs. In AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in cats. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2. And there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity. So I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London. So no matter where I dropped them in the city, they'd go, oh my God, this feels like Camden. This feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster. When people are talking about some detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about it, like that feels so good as somebody who, builds these worlds with care. I love it.
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends
Have you ever played
on
that game,
iOS and Android devices.
Have I ever played Brawlhalla?
Yeah.
I play Smash.
It's free to play.
2, 1.
Is it really?
Brawl.
On PlayStation,
Yeah.
right?
It's on Switch. It's on all the stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Soon to be your phone. And crossplay. There you go. Oh, I've seen Adventure Time.
Didn't it have wrestlers in one of the Brawlhalla games too?
I think so.
Yeah, it did.
I think it's just
DLC.
DLC.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Now,
Yeah.
Whether you need a Tom Clancy action fix on the go or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy franchises in gaming, we've got you covered.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Might and Magic.
Magic the Gathering, the video game. Crap.
More mobile. Interesting. I like the song. I feel like we need a lightsaber fight.
Yeah, definitely. That's the one for your
If
phone?
you download it
Holy
now, you
crap.
get an exclusive reward. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, download it.
Oh, sure.
The target is being held on the ground floor.
Elite Squad. What is this going to be for? Knife to the face. That looks like Switch graphics.
It does.
Contact! Montaigne is down. Request air support. Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound, danger close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
EMP imminent.
Get back in your cell.
Splinter Cell.
Sam Fisher?
Yeah.
Hey, take this.
Don't make me regret this.
What? It's a mobile game, though.
Oh, really?
Speaking of Tom Clancy, it's been 5 years since Rainbow Six Siege first launched, and the community has never been stronger. In celebration of this milestone, Ubisoft Montreal has put together a special video to thank all of the amazing players and developers that have helped Siege become the game it is today.
Interesting, the strong push of mobile games early on.
Yeah, it is.
In December 2015, a small team released Rainbow Six Siege. A game built on a strong vision, creativity, competitiveness, and team play.
Pour le joueur, le 1er décembre, c'est un début, mais pour nous aussi. Il faut tout de suite s'engager et dire aux joueurs, ce jeu est installé, tu peux t'y installer aussi, et nous serons là.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our passionate community, propelling it to a whole new level.
I got it!
This is such a special moment, and being at 1 year anniversary of Rainbow Six now, game being stronger than ever, more players today than we had in the past, it means the world to us.
But we also had our share of challenges.
Health that touches upon subjects like matchmaking, connectivity, all those aspects are absolutely critical to the experience of the player.
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community, and together, we grow stronger.
There is no sequel plan, and we're here for the next 10 years, so expect more Rainbow Six in your life for quite some time.
Look at this.
Tous les succès, c'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous. Ce jeu, il est autant le vôtre qu'il est le nôtre, nous, l'équipe de développement.
Now 60 million players strong, we're just getting started. From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it, thank you.
If you haven't tried it yet, dive into our new Operation Steel Wave update available now and take Ace and Malusi out for a spin.
A few days ago, we introduced y'all to a brand new multiplayer shooter. Now, it's time to venture into the hyperscape.
What's hyperscape for?
I don't know, and we'll find out right now. Wow, looks pretty good.
That's in-game, that looks phenomenal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, what was that? A hack in the hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there. Let me get you all up to speed, okay? About 30 years ago, everything that we feared about our future started to come true. We made some good decisions. We made some bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions. So, here we are. 10 billion souls living in the crush of the megacities. But the people at Prisma changed everything. They gave everyone a way out. The hyperscape.
What systems is it on, Chris?
In the hyperscape, the biggest draw by far is Crown Rush. This is where anyone can become someone.
Is this like Ready Player One?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. It's like mixed with like Fortnite.
Yeah. Oh, that's like Fortnite, okay.
Dude, they've definitely oversaturated the market with Battle Royale.
If you get good at Crown Rush, It can change your life. But strange things have been happening lately. Rumors of people getting hurt.
Very cool.
Users disappearing from the real world. A darker secret lies at the heart of Hyperscape.
Oh yeah, it's very much like Ready Player One.
Yeah, I told you.
Some of us are searching for a way up. Some of us for a way out. And for others, a new way altogether. That's what brings us to the edge of the future. To the Hyperscape.
Okay. Ready Player One, the game.
I'm JC, Creative Director on Hyperscape.
JC's work on Far Cry Primal and multiple Prince of Persia titles has established him as a top creative here at Ubisoft.
For me, what's exciting is we started building it from scratch. Seeing it grow, adding ideas is really cool.
Hello, contender. Welcome to the Hyperscape.
The game takes place in 2054. It's in a future where humanity has grown a little darker. One of the companies there, they are launching what's called the Hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges. Within the virtual world, there is a battle royale that takes place in the virtual city of Neo Arcadia. Then we also introduce a lot of new things. You get the opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops, to go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more stressful. You get to go to the landmarks where there's more opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward kind of deal. We introduce the notion of hacks, special abilities that you can pick up on the fly to adapt your tactics. With hacks, you can do things like teleport yourself, you can wrap yourself into a ball and bounce around the battlefield. So a lot of abilities that let you have fun, that are toys that you can play with. And finally, it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers will be able to interact with the game on different levels through the Twitch extension. So every few minutes, there's going to be a vote, and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite ammo, or stuff like that. So players, while this happens, really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is happening. So for me, it's really exciting because right now, as we speak, we're launching the open beta, and so it's going to be available for free-to-play for all PC players worldwide. And I really want to thank all the players, all the streamers, and all the viewers who participated in tech test and who will participate in the open beta. Here's a short glimpse of what you can expect.
All right.
Watch and learn how it's done. Perfecto.
Showtime.
It's very Twitch shooter. I don't know if I can do it.
What's that? Mine.
It's like really quick. Like I don't like I'm not a fan of like quick shooters.
What I'm made
I'd like more slow, methodical shooters.
Oh yeah, so you shouldn't be playing Call of Duty then, man.
No, well, Call of Duty I can sit back and play.
We can.
I would compare this more to something like Unreal or like Doom, how fast it is.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, yeah, I agree. But to be honest, man, a lot of games love this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I know, like, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, they had so much jumping, and I hated that crap. Jumping. So, a lot of people probably love this.
The digital world of the Hyperscape gave our artists and developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager Ana Maria Musca is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
My name is Ana Maria Musca. I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape. We have paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits, different fashion statements, different tattoos, different materials until we see them as real individuals, as real people. So the second you pick a character, you see them in game, you understand what their motivations are and what drives them, what challenges them. This was the first lineup of characters. This is our default base. But even starting from the hair down, everything has been meticulously thought of.
Well,
would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person
even if they don't,
enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body?
But also can play on
each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. Okay. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's gonna happen.
New systems?
We're very excited to see it in people's hands.
This one's PC that's so far that they've announced.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
In the article it says that at some point they'll come to the PS5 and Xbox Series X. So Watch Dogs Legions will be out on both of the new consoles as well at some point.
With Watch Dogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version of the game on any version of Xbox you're playing on. On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before. Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the world in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I can't wait for you to see the gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
Nice. All right, we know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep dive into the world of Vikings.
My name is Julien Laferrière, and I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So a couple of weeks ago, we announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really, really inspiring. When we did our research, we found that, they were not mindless barbarians. Vikings were actually farmers trying to find new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the Vikings did, to really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time. And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming by boat in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment that most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game. It is a personal adventure, it is the story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain. Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave Norway to settle in England because you just can't live in Norway anymore. There's too much political pressure, no resources available. Obviously, in England, it's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement and see your clan prosper. Vikings were brutal warriors.
Shields!
And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system, to leverage the brutality and the intensity of Viking combat. Vikings were not only fighting face-to-face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings. We are very happy to finally be able to show you the game we've all been working on. So please enjoy this deep dive into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Let's do it.
That's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal: to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
Damn, dude, those graphics
Good
look
of our
phenomenal.
plan. It is time
They
we
do,
go a
actually.
Viking. Today we
This
raise
next generation,
that
right?
tomorrow we may build.
I'm guessing,
England
yeah,
is
I'm
a
guessing
dark
this
age
is on
tangle
the
of broken
newer
kingdoms and
consoles.
warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches. As you prowl England's rivers by longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle. Your crew will assist you in all your raids, fighting enemies, battering down doors, and stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you access
that's
to
cool.
useful services,
That is
better
really
tools, and new settlers. At the heart of your settlement is the Alliance map. It will serve as a record of the allies you have made, and a guide for future
Dude, it's like
opportunities.
Game of Thrones.
The Viking Age was a time of
That's
warriors
awesome.
and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game. Every archetype offers a unique challenge. Some will
You're right, man, the
coordinate with their
graphics are
allies
amazing,
for
man.
special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors. To face these attacks, you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with the Viking harpoon. Pummel them with throwing axes. Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance, or finish them off. Dual wield any two weapons you wish to unleash a deadly combination of attacks.
Nice.
Customize your fighting style as you see fit, and become a legendary Viking warrior. All combinations of weapons
Man,
are
the curb
available
stomp.
to dual
Call them
wield,
the middle-aged
including
Messiah.
2 shields.
It's a little
Not
violent.
all situations call for violence. In this new land, a Viking must find a way to adapt. As Eivor is not welcome in England,
The Assassin's
you may
Creed
need
part.
to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and bustling cities. Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds, and slip past watchful eyes, an unseen hunter among the people. From capital cities and villages to the dense forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if you hope to endure. Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify your equipment.
Oh man, don't beat up the
Search
wolf.
pagan temples and Roman ruins for new activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement. The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Ravens, show no mercy!
But as you push deeper into England, the enemy will push back. In a series of climactic moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will
Feels
feature
like the raid on
massive
Helm's Deep.
assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army into
Really?
battle against heavily guarded Saxon fortresses.
Oh, that's pretty badass,
We
actually.
will reclaim her. Today we fight for your land, and tomorrow we rebuild.
For Eastern.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous, haunted lands, inspired by Norse myths and England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise.
Thank you, man.
With unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own
So how big can you get your settlement? I mean, can you get like a castle and all that?
That would be pretty awesome, actually. You can't go that far.
Dude, all that scenery, dude. Seriously, man. Looks so
that?
good. All the scenery just looks so good.
Oh yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of a next-gen game, I feel, this
9th century England is truly unlike anything the franchise has seen before. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Stadia.
We're close to wrapping up today, but before we go, our CEO, Yves Guillemot, is here to share a few words.
I hope you will have enjoyed what you have seen today, and that you will love playing these games. I'm proud of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad, and creative lineup of games. And we haven't shown you everything yet. In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
Nintendo Direct thing.
Yeah, of course. Ooh.
An eye.
A crocodile eye.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Far Cry 6.
Yeah, it's not Giancarlo Esposito, right?
Yep. It's Molotov right there.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. I love gold. A really cool opening credit scene.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Fuerzas ultrapenetrantes, estamos cansados de los farsantes, de los...
And graphics are getting better and better, and
Perfect, but useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me. Now.
Jesus.
I am El Presidente, which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves, they will hate you, Diego. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong. They will answer you with screams. Call you
I can't even tell it's in-game. It looks so much like him. Uncanny.
A monster.
The graphics are amazing, yeah.
And give you this. So you tell me, are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has two basic parts. Our people. And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom. You understand now? Prove it.
February next year. Boom.
All right.
And with that, we're wrapping up our first Ubisoft Forward. Today, we've seen the next generation of Assassin's Creed, the birth of a resistance in Watch Dogs Legion, the cyber chaos of Hyperscape, and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
Remember, we'll be back later this year with another
Okay,
Ubisoft
so it's
Forward
going to be more like
filled with
Nintendo
tons of
Direct.
game
It's
news
not really
and
an
updates.
E3 thing anymore.
Thanks for joining us.
It's so funny. I think everybody's ripping off Nintendo Directs.
Hey everyone, welcome
I'm
to the
gonna go back
Ubisoft
to me
Forward
and Pete on
post
the
show.
screen
My
here.
name is Yusuf McGeed, and this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're going to take a deep dive into about
We're gonna
30
come
minutes of
back over
gameplay,
here.
and we're joined by a very
All right,
special
so what-
guest here.
I'm gonna
Hey
mute
everyone,
this.
this is Philip Bergeron,
So what
otherwise
did you-
known as
what did you
Fizz.
think of the show?
I am the quest director on Assassin's Creed
Pretty good.
Valhalla.
So Fizz, we're setting up here for what looks like an epic encounter. Tell us exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, so here we're midway through the
see if
quest
you can mute that,
that we're showing for you.
Is it still not muted?
Here
No,
we're
it's
looking
still-
at the
it's still
assault
not- it's
of
not
Bird
unmuted.
Castle. So these are big moments that usually sort of culminate at the end of the story. And so
Better?
here Avar, or Viking
No,
Raider,
so,
is taking a group of raiders and Furds into Bird Castle to go and take down Rued and his clan.
Nothing?
So who exactly
know if
is
Milt
Ruid,
unmuted,
and
Pete.
why does Eivor sort of want to pick a
Or
fight with
mute
him?
it.
Basically,
Sorry.
Ruid
Down at
comes
least?
into play about halfway through this story arc, where
no, I have
at
it
the
down all the
beginning
way.
of the arc, this is something that,
Well,
that
anyway,
happened before.
let's see if we
Ruid
can talk
basically
over
caused
this.
a lot of turmoil within the territory, and Oswald, who's the sort of elderman
Ubisoft
to
was
be
pretty good.
to inherit this
Definitely,
territory,
I think,
needs your
the
help
highlights
to
was,
take him down. Oswald
Watch
having
Dogs
just been
Legions,
defeated in a previous
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, as you can see right here. Okay, there we go.
Here, we'll just get rid of it.
Yeah,
There
just
you go.
get
now
rid
you
of it for
can talk
now.
over it.
That's fine. No, anyway, so it was pretty good. Like I said, I think the highlights, of course. I mean, they really didn't show like so many games. I mean, they really had 3 big games that they showed, which was Assassin's Creed Legion.
You mean Watchdog
I'm
Legion?
sorry. Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and then of
And
course the
Hyperscape.
intro. Well, yeah, of course, it didn't show no gameplay for Far Cry 3, but that's a really cool intro,
6?
though. The intro is
Yeah.
very good, so it wasn't, and then show mobile games and all that stuff. Definitely the highlight, I will say, is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I thought that was definitely the best game of the bunch. Of course, I think Watch Dogs Legion definitely has so much potential with what the gameplay says it can do. It's almost like it's I feel like the whole non-linear part of it, it seems like it's very very bold game they're trying to pull off with Watch Dogs Legion. I'll be surprised if they can pull it off, man. Props to them, because I think it's a very bold, very to pull something like that, because it seems like you can get anybody and to join your group and all that, which is pretty crazy to think about that, because we don't know what possibilities that makes. What we talk about, hundreds of people that can join and be part of the resistance or whatever from the game, that be playable characters. I mean, how many playable characters are we talking about? So
They
definitely
said anybody in the city, so it'll be interesting to see how that works
though,
out. So
yeah, I want to see how that works out, because that seems very, like I said, extremely bold for them to pull that off. If they can pull it off, that's awesome. That's amazing. But and it goes to show that every single person has a different ability, which is great too. So, but I don't know. We'll see how that works, that game. Valhalla definitely seems like more of like pretty straightforward type of game, where I think it's going to be a great game just because of what they already you already see from it, the possibilities of how they explain it. So definitely love that. But yeah, it's pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good conference. I think that what's that?
no, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, no, I think they definitely sold people on games. I know, like, Watch Dogs Legions would probably be definitely game that would be purchased in October, and I think Valhalla. I mean, all these 3 games, the big games. I think Hyperspace 2 look good. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be purchasing that. So, what do you think, Ant?
Like you're saying, that there's definitely that standard worry about Legion having a cohesive story with all the different characters you can pick up. There's definitely questions I have about Valhalla, like, because there was definitely base building going on, and I'm just wondering how deep that is. How is it something you're going to have to protect all the time?
Your towns and cities.
Yeah, your settlement and stuff like that. There's definitely
that's a good question.
aspect.
Actually, that's a very good question, because could that be rated too?
Of course it could be. So then that's a whole nother that's a whole nother area of the game you're gonna have to worry about. So I don't know. The Hyperscape looked cool too. The whole Ready Player One vibe it had going on to it was pretty neat.
Fortnite.
Yeah. I do like how people watching on Twitch can vote for the mutators or whatever they call them. That that you're doing in the game at once. You could add, like, they can vote for like low gravity or whatever, maybe like rockets, stuff like that. So that adds like a little bit. You can't just be good at one game mode, you have to be good at all game modes. It was cool seeing Far Cry 6. I guess like a little bit of emphasis on mobile at the beginning was a little weird. I don't know. I don't really know if conferences is that market. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
like to me, like gamers watch conferences like this, not people that are going to play mobile games casually. So that's kind of a weird place to put your
but I mean, you
your
got you
mobile
gotta.
games in there.
I guess we gotta admit though that mobile games have definitely grown. Like throughout
Yeah,
the
but do you
years.
play mobile games?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't play mobile games. I would consider myself
really,
a pretty...
the only mobile game I would play is the Switch. Really, when you think about it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't consider it mobile because it's
No,
it's a
not.
console.
It's not. Yeah. I know. I agree. I agree. No, I don't really play mobile games. I don't really play any. I think I played that Marvel game on my phone, but that's
the fighting game.
What?
The fighting game.
Yeah, the fighting game, and also play Pokemon Go. But I don't really play on that much. Really, it's funny too because like my phone, it's usually for YouTube or anything else or social media. I don't really play games that much on it. I mean, really, when I look at my games, I want to play games on my systems. Those who want to play. So I don't know, but there's a market
be on
out
the
there
couch playing games. So real quick, I know we haven't talked about it. We'll probably talk about it on Wednesday. But did you watch the Nintendo Treehouse?
I mean, I've seen a little bit of it. I didn't see too much of it. I know they had that one game that they showed from Way Forward that really looks like Pokemon.
Yeah, would you say that surprise is a pretty big letdown?
Yeah, I would say so. I don't think it's something where like people are. I think with Way Forward, they're kind of really old school kind of thing. I mean, a new Shantae game would have been cool, or maybe another like maybe some sort of like reboot to DuckTales, or not like DuckTales, but another game, maybe a classic game from back in Nintendo.
So just something else besides like a Pokemon. Yeah, I think expectations were so high after Nintendo tweeted it out that it just kind of, I don't think there was any way they could have lived up to that. So
I think the problem is though with Nintendo Directs, I think they've done such a good job with them having really cool surprises that anytime Nintendo announces anything, they always think it's going to be like, oh crap, what are they going to reveal this time? I think those Nintendos are always like, that's the problem with, like when they do these things, they're always going to be let down because unfortunately Nintendo can never bring like certain awesome directs all the time. Sometimes you're just going to have like that. I mean, they showed Paper Mario and all that.
Are you going to get Paper Mario?
I'm going to wait to see what people say before I even try to purchase it because I'm not sure about the graphics look amazing. The gameplay, but I don't know about the gameplay. I don't know the way the whole turn-based kind of thing. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how that plays. So I want to hear people's reaction before I even purchase that. I don't understand. Like, it's funny to me, Paper Mario, for some reason, every single time they have a new Paper Mario game, they have to change the gameplay. And I wish it was kind of like the old school way to play it.
Yeah, why can't you just go back to Thousand Year Door? Like, why can't we go there?
Yeah, that's a perfect Mario game. Like Paper Mario, that's the best Paper Mario game. I don't understand why we can go back to that. So they also had to change it up, which I don't understand why they had to do it. Maybe it might be good. Maybe it might be an awesome way to play it, but I'm not sure. Like I said though, I know the past couple Paper Mario games have been kind of been good, but not great. So.
Color Splash would have been fantastic if it didn't have the card battling system. Really, like honestly, I feel like it's the battle systems that's really drawn down the last few Paper Marios.
Yeah, and the new battle system, the way they do it, like I said, it's like you got to turn the characters. So I'm not sure
it's
how
like a battle wheel or something like that.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. I don't know if that's going to be something I want to play or not. So I'm going to wait and see. If I hear, honestly, and guess what, guys, I do based on reviews. So a lot of times reviews are pretty correct. Sometimes they're not, but sometimes they're pretty spot on. So I wait to see the reviews and all that before I purchase anything video games. I'm sorry, that's a huge investment right there. That's $60, not a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm sorry, if that game is not getting 80s or 90s, I'm probably not going to purchase it. So so yeah, let me wait and see, and I'll wait to see about Paper Mario, see what kind of reviews. I tell you what though. I wish that was a game that Nintendo did as a direct and it revealed in the end. It would have got much more hype instead of just just throwing it out there for one. I don't know why they did that. That's why I'm kind of like,
well, because it's coming out in like a week. I honestly, but I think that there's still rumors that there's going to be a direct for the end of the month, so we'll see.
That'd be cool.
But
Let me ask you something though, Ann. Do you think Nintendo Directs have changed the way all these video game companies,
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's doing them now.
like the PlayStation, Xbox, now Ubisoft?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I feel like
I believe Xboxes is the next on schedule for their conference. They're going to do the 23rd. So that'll be a Thursday.
okay. And go ahead, Anno. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, they've just changed the industry on the way that they give us news and stuff. Unfortunately, I think with this game, the Ubisoft one, I feel like there would have been hype overload at the end there with Giancarlo Esposito, but it was leaked. So that's how I knew already. It was leaked. So it like honestly, like there was nothing really surprising because we already knew Watchdog Legions, we already knew Valhalla, and we already knew about Hyperscape. Chris already played the game last week, so
there's no big surprises.
No big surprises because of the leaks. That sucks, but it is what it is. But I'm glad they said they'll be back later this year with another one.
Dude, I gotta admit though, those graphics from Far Cry 6, I know they're not in-game graphics, they're like, but still, that's pretty spot on. I mean, it comes to the point that, like, what are you gonna do? Why do video game why don't you just do like a film, you know what I'm saying, on a video game? Because the graphics are literally like, looks just like Giancarlo Esposito, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they like Mandalorian, when they filmed it, they used the Unreal Engine to do some of the effects, which is the video game engine. So
well, it's just amazing to me how realistic the graphics look. I mean, it's just straight up like they look like it looks like real life right there with Giancarlo Esposito. So it's pretty awesome. The technology that's we're probably going to see in the next systems. I mean, it's probably going to be straight up realistic graphics. So, which I don't know. Are you a fan of that, or do you want to see more like?
I guess it depends on the game. I guess if you're going for more of a storytelling, like a Last of Us or how that Far Cry game looks, I mean, you almost have to be like photorealistic, right? I mean, like that's kind of like the thing. But I mean, as I've always been into, I've always been into something that looks a little bit more artful. Like Breath of the Wild 2 is just going to be fantastic to me. Like I like to see more of I like to see more vibrant colors, more stuff that's more looks like it's drawn right out of a comic book or a manga or something like that, where it's just it looks like a cartoon on film, and it's just we're getting to the point where I mean we're going to be playing Pixar games. So just think about that. I mean, we're going to be playing Pixar movies. Sorry.
That is a great point right there, and I think that's why but I hopefully like video game companies take that approach instead of trying to take the more realistic approach, because I feel
you're going to always have both. There's going to be always going to be a set of people that want photorealism. There's always going to be a set of people that want more of the comic, the cartoony look, and so it'll be nice to see both sides of the spectrum.
So let me ask you something. What is like? We've talked a bit about reactions, but what really stood out for you? Everything that you in this conference.
Just really Valhalla. I've never really played a Assassin's Creed past Assassin's Creed 1. I really couldn't get into it. I've heard I would like Origins and Odyssey, and then this is a follow up, the next in line of that series of them. So I definitely wouldn't mind trying it. It looks like it might be a little overwhelming with the base building stuff they're adding. That's why I have the questions about it, because I'm like, if it's if you're gonna have to constantly go back and defend it, I could see the game that being very very time consuming. So, but they just announced too that it'll be out November 17th. So
this year, huh?
Yep. And if you buy the Xbox One version, you get the upgrade to the Series X at no extra cost.
I know which one you're gonna be buying.
Well, if I was going to purchase it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny though. It seems Assassin's Creed games have definitely changed their whole they changed their whole gameplay, because it's now more like action based or war. You know what I'm saying? Fighting based. Whereas Assassin's Creed, mostly of them, I'm guessing Origins and Odyssey changed that aspect too. Because Assassin's Creed, I played like Black Flag a little bit. It's all about sneaking around and assassinating and doing stuff like that. But it's not like really like too many battles and all that. I feel this is like straight up war battles.
Yeah, it definitely looks more. You got the sieges going on there. just a lot bigger battles, and you're controlling people, and you can revive them and stuff like that. So you have a party of people with you. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I would say that that's probably the coolest looking thing I've seen out of the conference.
I think Legion also will be could be also a great game, but I still I'm still unsure about how broad the game could be, because I think that's almost like, it's almost like Outer Worlds, where like that, the whole, what was it, Outer Worlds, where you can go to every planet. Is that the one I'm thinking of, or
No Man's Sky?
Or one? No Man's Sky. Sorry, thank you. No Man's Sky.
No, you're fine.
Where like you can go to any planet, but then like it wasn't really exactly what they said it was going to be. It didn't turn out exactly what they said it would be. So I'm not sure if Watch Dogs Legion can pull it off. If they can pull it off, that's amazing. I think that's definitely a game that everybody should be looking at. But I'm still kind of questioning how far they can go with that, because that's, like I said, if you can get anybody, yeah, that's saying a lot.
And then I guess can you base build in that, where you can keep a roster of people that you can choose and go back to. So that's
exactly.
That's another thing. Do you have some sort of lair that you go to? But anyways, guys, that's the conference. That's our thoughts on the conference that they had today. Again, they said they will be back later in the year to show off some more games. The next one on tap, I believe, is Xbox on the 23rd, and that'll be showing off their first party stuff for the Series X and the Xbox One. But yeah, I'm the real Antman.
All
right, guys, have a good Sunday.
Peace.